Yo, what's up YouTube? I'm back with another super exciting video. I'm back in the car because that was pretty well requested. I gotta rush, I gotta go get coffee, and then it's coffee and then have a meeting with the homie in the UK. I feel like I'm not in focus. There we go, in focus. So, I apologize for the shaky footage. If it's shaky, I will try to stabilize it. I will. So, I had an interesting talk with a friend yesterday who knows me relatively well, and we talked about the journey of success, the journey of getting to where you want to be. And you often hear that success isn't a financial number. Well, that's financial success, right? Well, I quantify it, right? It is somewhat of a number, but it also is somewhat of a destination. Which side's here? Both things can be true at the same time, right? Oh yeah, that's good. That's easy on the wrist. Both things can be true at the same time. Now, in my case, I've been debating the next step, the next chapter. What's Andre's next move? And I love mentoring traders. Don't get me wrong. That's going to be a part of what I always do until people piss me off to the point to where I don't want to freaking do it no more. But also a bigger purpose, a bigger role in the world and affecting people and affecting them in a positive way. So what my buddy was telling me was that I don't recognize what I do in the moment. Meaning I don't recognize the effect that I'm having on people in the now. And that sometimes you got to stop and smell the coffee. Speaking of that, I'm on my way to actually get some freaking coffee. So I thought about it, and he gave me a really good example. I got a message the other day from a trader, and she is going to be an absolute beast of a trader. She's going to be amazing, right? And from one of the first conversations I had with her about becoming a student of mine about a year ago, maybe a little more than a year ago, you can immediately see the fire. And it's something about martial artists. Us martial artists, we make good traders. I don't know what it is, but we're beasts. But I didn't stop. Well, she was grateful for the information provided to help her become a better trader. I didn't stop and thank her for making my day with that compliment, not appreciating the things that happen in the moment. And to you, thank you for that message. It made my day, because almost every day I think about purpose and what I want to do. Actually, it's every day. Every freaking day I think about purpose and what it is that I want to do with life, with people, for my family, for my kids, for my wife. And the road, the journey's like, it's difficult. And if you're trying to become a trader or trying to become successful in anything, it's difficult to reach people. Especially no, I shouldn't say that. But the road to becoming a trader is really hard. And my goal has been to shortcut it for people, give them what I learned and hope that it affects them in a positive way. And there's so many people who I've helped get funded accounts. There's so many people who I've helped go full time. And, I never stopped to realize that I do have an effect in the now, in the moment for people. And that is huge. That is such a blessing to say, man, I positively affect people with what I choose to do with my spare time. It's amazing. I have a lot of spare time. Now, I also recently came with an opportunity. It's not necessarily a funding challenge, but there's a hedge fund that wants me to trade for them. And I'm probably going to turn it down. The thing I like about these guys is they didn't overpromise and underdeliver. They actually underpromised. And that is what I absolutely adore, people that underpromise. And I'm sure this guy would overdeliver. And it's an opportunity that can get me to my goal financially in a shorter amount of time. But I'm probably going to turn it down because it's not my way of doing things. It's not the road that I want to take. But I recognize it's a phenomenal opportunity for me. So if I do turn it down, I'll let you know. If I don't, I'll let you know that as well. Because my thing is excellence, right? Part of the problem with men in general is we don't ask for help. I don't ask for help. I just do it myself. I've always been the human to do it myself. I've had to learn everything on my own. I've learned to play basketball on my own. I trained my martial arts solo. I still train solo. Even though I did have a good Wing Chun Sifu, and I might be getting back to Wing Chun and combine it with Muay Thai. Trading, I taught myself how to do everything on my own. And that's because my pops, loud ass truck. For the life of me, I don't understand why you want a Toyota to sound like a Honda. If I was to put an exhaust on the truck, that's gonna rumble. It's gonna be that girthy V8, like none of this bzzz. And don't get me wrong, I love Hondas. My favorite car all time is the 2000 Civic Si. Beautiful car. Anywho, but not on a truck, dog, not on a truck. So, I don't remember what I was saying. Good Lord. See, that's what the problem sometimes with being scatterbrained. You lose it. You lose the thought. I lose my thought. And I know when my boy Simon's going to say, Andre, microdose. I probably should microdose. Anyway, yeah. So let's jump to the next topic. He told me my gift and my curse is excellency. There's wanting to achieve excellence, to be excellent. And the bar is set high. And you know, my bar is set high. And it's unrealistic for most people. Like, I feel like I put pressure on my children to perform, especially in martial arts, because they need to learn the lesson of giving something 132,000% of what you have in you. Even though that's not possible, it's only 100%. But it's such a good tool to have, to know that you gave something your all, and you can lay your head on the pillow at night, tired, exhausted, that you did that. Like with trading, I'm still learning to this day. I'm still seeing things in the market to this day. And some of the things I choose not to explore because of, well, time, one, and just wanting to do something else, not be behind my desk all day. I did that. I'm over it. But it's a gift to want excellence. It's also, instead of recognizing how far I've come, I'm always looking at where I'm going. One of my fears is if I've recognized how far I've come, then I'll fall off. I'll get complacent. I'm scared of complacency. I'm scared of going rotten, you know, like, oh man, just thinking about it now, my heart's pumping super duper freaking fast. But now it's time to appreciate the moment, but still push forward, right? Christian Guzman has a statement. He says, proud but never satisfied. I'm proud of what I've done. I'm still nowhere near satisfied with where I'm at. And I know where I want to go. And I know how I want to get there. Now, the problem with the funded challenge is it's not a funded challenge. It's a small hedge fund. The problem that I have with that is I've trained myself so hard to be excellent, and I've built my own little savings. I've built my own methods. I've done everything on my own, and I've done it at a super duper awesome high level. Now, what if I do this and I feel the pressure and I don't perform? My ego's fragile. Most men are. But I know how to trade. I've been doing it for a while. But it's the whole excellency. What if I fail? And I know the answer. If I fail, I just go back to trading my own accounts. I will still always trade my own accounts. But yeah. So, topic number 2 for this is I've been stuck in my brain. I've been stuck in my own mind. And your boy's I've been in my head. I've been in my head a lot recently about the next step, the next path. And it still will involve helping others. And a lot of it comes out of frustration with all the BS that's on the internet. And I've had a few people in my life recently take their own. And it got me thinking, like, yo, there needs to be a way for people to vent, because not everybody's going to see a therapist. With all the crazy stuff I've seen and been through in my life, I've never been to therapy, because I've been able to process information, learn the lesson, move on. And then of course I have my theta healer who can help, who has helped me tremendously. Without her, I don't think I'd be putting myself out there like this. So my second page, the Andres Charts _HT, was going to be used for human design. It's going to be used more for me talking, giving advice, telling you how I'm feeling, and encouraging people to comment about how they've been feeling about their day, their life, whatever. No judgment. Because the one thing that I hate about the internet is the way that people put other people down, right? My wife was watching this page about this young man who lived in Cali, but he moved to Mexico. He became a really good influencer, and then what he did was he took that money, moved to Mexico, because of the life in the States, as you know, if you live in the States, is harsh. And he's built his mom a house. He takes care of his whole family, and this kid can't be more than 21. Actually, I think he's actually 20, and he's doing it. He's freaking doing it. And people hate on him. But it's a reflection, right? It's a reflection of them and how they see themselves, because people don't understand how someone so young could be doing better than them. It's just a product of different choices. But with the second page, I want people to be able to say how they feel without judgment, without the fear of someone making fun of them for what they feel. Because the very fact that so many people have taken their own lives in my life recently, it's like, yo, what is going on? It's crazy. But follow my site. I think I'm gonna put everything non-trading related there, even the stuff that I write, because I want to spread myself too thin. I already spread myself pretty thin as a manifesting generator. We're not gonna do that though. So it will be a safe place, guys. And if you're feeling a type of way, I've always been the friend that people sit and talk to and ask for advice. I've always been that person, and I don't want to go back to school. I've actually been thinking about going to film school, but I decided to maybe buy a couple courses and just kind of learn on my own, shoot with this FX30, and make mini cinematic projects. That's gonna be fun. I need the hobby. But maybe I do go back to school to become somewhat of a therapist. But I don't want to be a therapist. I truly don't. But my life experiences and the things that have happened and the things that I've learned, I think all that information can be of value. And I've been trying to push my friend who I was talking to, this truck don't run the light, about my stuff. I think he is such a valuable human. And I asked him how come he doesn't put himself out there, and he gave really good reasons. This guy has such a great story. And I think for him to not tell his story is not a shame, but I think he could do so much good in the world for so many people. He's speaks, talks. He is such a good human. Anywho, I'm pulling up to my favorite coffee shop, and it doesn't look too packed. So follow me at Andre's Charts. There are no links. I don't know why. I'll put links eventually. But on that note, guys, like, comment. Tell me how your day is going, guys. I think you gotta let it out, man. That energy festers. And I know this to be true based on my study of energy, ancient stuff. I literally study ancient rabbit holes. Ooh, it is wet out here. You don't want it to sit in the body. You don't want it to affect you that bad. But all right, guys, I'm pulling up to my coffee spot. I do have a meeting to get to. I hope you guys all are in a good headspace. I wish you health, wealth, success, happiness. Take care of yourselves. Cheers.